If European Catholicism has a heartland, it is here. For centuries, pilgrims have come to the tomb of St. Francis at Assisi. Here and across Italy, religious devotion is sculpted into the architecture. But the community that has thrived for centuries is in decline. The seminary has educated generations of young priests and monks to fill the pulpits and monasteries of Italy. But the young are no longer answering the call. The church in Italy is aging. Only in the developing world is the Catholic faith growing. Father Joseph is in training to be a Franciscan friar. He's one of only 14 so-called novitiates left in this vast seminary, and he's from Zambia.
In Africa, the Catholic Church is growing in numbers. I think the gospel is now penetrating deeply, you know.
And what's your impression of the state of the church in Europe?
The numbers are going down. Probably Europe is getting out of touch from its rich heritage, you know.
That new reality of a church increasingly anchored in the developing world is not reflected in the Vatican hierarchy. 2/3 of the cardinals who are gathered here to choose the next pope are from Europe or North America. And out there, in the parishes where the pastoral work goes on, the world around them is changing fast. Giovanni Bialo is a parish priest in the suburbs of Rome. He's an energetic and engaging pastoral presence, close to and clearly adored by his parishioners. But he knows the young are drifting away.
With the young people, they are, how to say, more far from the church than some years ago. The church is in trouble almost everywhere, but that is the relationship with the modern world.
You see it in the faces of the faithful. Young Italians are less likely to go to church than their parents, less likely to believe in God, less likely to define themselves as Catholic. Elsewhere in Catholic Europe, in France, Spain, Ireland, the trend is even more pronounced.
This is a question that preoccupied Pope Benedict. He wanted what he called a new evangelization of the West, to roll back the secularizing tide and bring the people of the developed world back into the church.
And it is a question for the new Pope, how to narrow the widening gap between a conservative and centralized hierarchy in Rome and the church out there in a distant and unfamiliar wider world. Alan Little, BBC News, Rome.